What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Magnum West here, and today we'll be taking a look at the Beast Deities Fenrir, aka Broly, aka yeah, that's pretty much all the names. But yeah, so today we'll be taking a look at this guy, and then this will be the introduction of the rating system. For me, obviously, like not a huge announcement or anything, but I feel like the rating system, 1 being very bad, 10 being very good, 1 through 10, just kind of streamlines kind of the grading, and I think it'll kind of give you a better idea of exactly what I think. But anyways, besides that, let's get into the review. Okay, and you guys should be pretty familiar by now for your returning viewer. If you're new, welcome to the channel. But we always start off with the accessories. And to start off, he comes with a pretty decent amount of hands and accessories in general. But here you can see, obviously, as you've seen in the intro, the other side of this hand is on him. But he does come with a peg hand to peg his blast effects. We'll go into those here in a second. Then he does come with 2 fists, 2 kind of open splayed out hands, and then these kind of like wolf hands are like the way that Beast Deities was getting away with the licensing. They no longer exist, so I don't know. Maybe they didn't do that good of a job, but yeah, that's the reason you get those hands. And then he does come with like kind of a more like crunching, kind of like grabbing someone hand, and then he does come with the Goku like hairpiece to plug in, but this only works on the Beast Deities Goku. So the super, I don't know if it'll work on the Super Saiyan 3, but I don't remember their names for it to be honest, but it's their version of Goku, kind of like the short hair one. So if you got that, it'll plug into that, but unfortunately it doesn't work on anything else. But I'll just go ahead and say that I think if you have like some sticky tack, the figure is like made sturdy enough to where you can do it anyway. But moving on, here we got some crossed arms. Very well done, and probably my favorite part of this, and the only other company I've seen do this is the ones, I think it was like TKO or something like that. I forgot what brand made crossed arms for the Super Saiyan 4 figures, but they have the similar design. But Tamashi should be doing this as well, where you could unplug it and then plug it back in once you get them in. So it makes it very easy to plug in and plug out or unplug, I guess. But here, and then we'll kind of go into why I have a little bit of a problem with these, but we'll cover the faces first. Just get the light on there. We got the screaming head, and probably my least favorite of the bunch. And then we got kind of the smirking face, and I said in my Spanish review, which if you haven't seen that, I don't know which one will be going up first, but they should be going up at the same time, depending. But some of these faces kind of look like if Broly was in Fortnite, and like not that that's a huge deal, but they're definitely not the best. And then also probably one thing that I didn't like a whole lot is that the earrings are separate, like they're not sculpted in, and then also you need to plug the earrings in, which if you don't have the right tools could prove kind of tedious because I was trying to put them in with my bare hands and I really couldn't, and then I had to pull out like a little small set of pliers that I had. And then that's pretty much it for like those accessories, but he also does come with a kind of like green blast effect. And then let me see, let me get the like light in there. So they light pretty well. Like you can see, like if you get the light under there real good, you can kind of, make it glow real nice. So, you know, or who knows, maybe some of you creative guys out there will find a way to get some lights in there and freaking make them even better. What the hell? Freaking light turned off. There you go. And then he does come with this like shorter peg. Sorry, it's slippery. It's all oiled up. But he does come with a short peg on him. And then we'll get more into this here in a little bit. But so on the figure, and we'll just jump straight into the articulation, might as well. Um, he does come with like a longer peg, which 100% just do yourself the favor and just do it like right away. Just make sure you heat it up and get it off there to avoid any like breakage. I will 100% say that I think this figure is made very sturdy, and like I think if you drop this guy, nothing's gonna happen. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and knock on wood. Hopefully nothing does happen, but for the most part, I think it's made sturdy enough to where I don't think anything's gonna happen. But before we get into that, I'll go over the articulation real quick. Looking up with the longer peg, you're gonna get like pretty good range, and then you could kind of like finagle the head backwards, and just looking up with just the head, you're gonna get about that much. Let me make sure. Yeah, so pretty good. You're not gonna be able to look up all the way, but and then looking down is way better. Like the only reason he can't get more is because of the bangs, but he can look good really down. And this one's really cool because it's gonna be really good for like photography. You have him looking down like at Goku or something. And then probably the best joint on the figure is gonna be the shoulder. So can get up like very high, and then that's mainly due to the soft chest. So you can like go like infinitely. Holy crap. Um, but yeah, so very good going up. And then he does have the bicep swivel, double hinge in the biceps, kind of, typical SHF style stuff. And then he has the ball swivel right here. And we'll get this out of his hands just for the sake of the video. And then the torso is kind of, I covered it in my other review of this guy as well, but this is kind of where I think they dropped the ball a little bit. So the range is not that great, and there you go. Like I couldn't even bend it without it going, but you pretty much have to like, if you don't have it on a surface, it's going to be even harder. But you have to like squeeze down, and then like, God damn, this thing is not working with me right now. It was working earlier, but so you like can get it to go a little bit. It's kind of going, not really. I don't know what the hell is going on with this thing. It was working earlier, but there you go. I'm just gonna leave it for now. That just pissed me off. But so the waist, thankfully, moves really well, and like you're pretty much gonna get all your movement from the waist. And this thing is really starting to upset me, but so you're gonna get about that much going forward. And then I'm gonna try to, like, probably tomorrow, I'll try to like loosen up that joint that's holding the area where the abdomen from the upper goes down. But I'm pretty sure you could get more. I just think on mine it's really tight, and I'm not gonna, go through that right now. But kicking up, and thankfully the design, and again we'll get into that in a second, is gonna be really good going up. So you're gonna be able to get like better than 90. Way better than 90. And then he does have thigh swivel, so you're gonna get about, I think you can do 360, but I don't feel like doing mine all the way. But yeah, so as you can see, it's like very soft. And then obviously double hinge, like I said. And then the feet are really good, and they're very sturdy. That's like, I love that, because like if a big figure like this doesn't have sturdy, strong ankles, like you're never gonna get that fucking thing to stand. But yeah, so the ankle tilt's very good, going both ways. And then the kick up is pretty good, but the kick down is like even better. And then the way you kind of maximizes is like you kind of have to push and then go up. And then same thing, going down, you push forward and then go down. And then you kind of maximize it. But overall, pretty good articulation. But let me straighten this guy out, and then we'll jump into the details. Okay, and I just want to go out and say that without a shadow of a doubt, currently on the market as of February 22nd, 2025, this is the best Broly on the market. I'm not going to argue with anyone. There's just objectively, subjectively, like maybe there's a head kit coming out that the faces look better, but overall, like talking whole package that you're getting, this is the by far the best Broly out there. Not only is it 3.0, but also I definitely like these faces better than the original Tamashi. I think the hair is like a lot bigger, and I like the bulk of it, and like how it's going up, kind of like, upwards curving rather than just going straight up and like spiky. As you can see, like there's no lack of detail on the face. Like I said, it could be better. Some of the faces look kind of meh. But this face in particular, like this is exactly what I think of when I think of Broly. And then kind of, moving back a little bit here, probably my favorite thing about the design, at least, is how they got the proportions right. Like he has those like boulder shoulders, and then he has like that small waist, big chest. Like this is the standard for like any character really. Like, no, I'm not saying they need to be this huge. This is Broly, but as far as like the proportions, like the small waist with the wide chest and the big shoulders, and like the smaller head, is kind of what gives that illusion and that silhouette of like of imposing figure power. You know what I mean? Like you look at Olympic bodybuilders and strongmen and stuff like that, and they typically have this kind of physique. So it's really dope to see. And then kind of giving you guys a 360, like just look at the muscle like sculpt on it. It's just really, really freaking nice, man. Especially when you have like the correct amount of lighting on there, you know, and then the sculpt of the skirt, like God, man, they really did not spare any details. And I will say that this thing doesn't have like, at least from what I can tell, I don't know, like maybe it's just mine or I don't know, but there's not really any paint at all on this guy. Um, so that would have gone a long way, but I think for what it is, I think it's fine. And then kind of showing you guys down below, they finally got the like design right where the hips are smaller than the waist, and then just the sculpt of the pants, those like Majin Buu style pants with the like, and then I love these things too. So like you can see, like they're like not real gems, right? That would like drive the price of the figure up, but like they look like real gems, and that's what matters. And then the ankle design. But overall, like I think this figure is like one of the like better designed third parties. One of the like other figures that I think that one of the only other figures that I think matches or two really is their Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I think the hair sculpt on that is beautiful, like stunning. Wish it was better designed, but or engineered, sorry, but unfortunately, it's like a freaking rock that you're putting on Goku's head, pretty much. But this one's really good, and then also the Thompson Art Toys Trunks. Like, come on, I think that's still probably one of the best third party figures out there. Definitely top three for me personally. Um, but yeah, now that we kind of got the details, what I wanted to talk about is the best thing, number one, without a shadow of a doubt, is this isn't really an SH Figure Arts. More it is a Storm Collectibles. Why do I say that? I kind of showed it off in the articulation, but the butterfly joint, so like typically figures can really only get to like where the chest is, right? So most figures with hard plastic like chest pieces and stuff, that's kind of all you can get is kind of this, right? Where the plastic stops them. But due to it having that plastic torso, there goes my light. But yeah, without like breaking it or anything, that's on a freaking Broly figure, man. That's like insane. I think this is probably like the most articulated. God damn, bro. I freaking love this fucking figure, man. Broly is like my favorite freaking Dragon Ball Z villain. Canon, this version, not the Super. Dragon Ball Z Broly is like my favorite bad character from Dragon Ball Z. Like, God, man, they did this guy justice. The only thing, like, I'm gonna try my best to fix that freaking torso joint. But even then, like, this is definitely gonna be, at minimum, top three of the year. 100% of 2025. Mark my words. So, like, I don't want to go too long on glazing this figure, but, like, come on, man. I don't think there's a single soul out there that can say with an honest heart, like, oh man, this freaking guy's dope as fuck, dude. But let's move on. Enough of glazing this freaking figure. Okay, now getting into kind of some size comparisons. As you can see here, we have him next to the Marvel Select Hulk here on the right. Then here we have him next to the SH Figure Arts Frieza second form. And then on the left, we have him next to the SHF cooler. And then I'll kind of move this Hulk. They're both like about 10 inches. Broly's sitting here like at 10 and a quarter to the top of his hair, so pretty huge. But then here, side by side, still kind of the same. Broly is definitely freaking dwarfing these two, and that makes me very happy because whenever I think of Broly, like I said, Broly is my favorite Dragon Ball Z villain, and I think any time that Broly's in figure format, he should always be bigger than everyone else. Like when I think of Broly, I'm thinking of the guy who beat the shit out of the Z fighters and almost killed Goku, you know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking of. And this is exactly what that, you know, kind of what that would be put into 3D format. And then kind of moving on to some other figures. Now I have some other Dragon Ball figures I want to compare them to, but since these are right here, I'll do them first. We got them next to the SH Figuarts Heat of Passion Berserk Guts. This is the one that comes with like the multiple heads. So as you can see, Broly's bigger than the Dragon Slayer and Guts. He's about the same height as the Dragon Slayer on Guts, but you know what I mean. And then here we got him next to the Mayfex Cyclops, one of my favorite figures right now to pose. Very, very good. Love this freaking size. But let me go ahead and grab a couple more figures. Okay, and right here we got him next to the SH Figuarts Proud Namekian Piccolo. Then here, switching it up a little bit just to show you, kind of the disparity between, or not really disparity, but just difference between third parties. Got him next to the Thompson Art Toys Unbound Wrath, aka Brojack Trunks, which I have a review on that guy as well. Make sure you check that out. And then here, kind of switching it up to some smaller guys. Pull him out of the way. Got him next to Frieza, and this guy doesn't like to stand, so what the hell? I didn't even really seen that, but on camera it looks even funnier. He's like dwarfing freaking Frieza. God damn. And then keeping in with that, small character, got him next to Vegeta. So very good, very good. Like love the freaking sizes on that. And then kind of to show them with another line of figures that I think a lot of people are gonna want to see is I'm pretty sure they're like all pretty much the same height, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sure there's some bigger characters, some smaller, but for the most part, I think they're all kind of the same. And that being the Dragon Stars Super Baby 2, which I think works really well. I like that size as well. So, if you want to get some fodder characters, like, if you don't want to go ahead and buy the SH Figuarts Piccolo or, get some characters that SH Figuarts hasn't done yet, you can go ahead and, it'll fit in. And then here we got them with Bardock, looking really juicy, really dope. And then I think this is probably going to be, I forgot to grab the other one, but I'll grab that real quick right now. But here we got him next to the Awakening Goku. This is like the like Grail, the 2.0 Gokus. As far as that goes, let me grab the other figure real fast. But yeah, so you see him there next to the Awakening Goku. And then here we got him next to the Full Power Goku. I don't know if this one's also considered Awakening, but whatever. This is the 3.0 Super Saiyan Goku from Tamashi. So, very dope. Unfortunately, I don't have any of the other Beast Deities figures that I had. I sold my Super Saiyan 3, and I never got the Vegeta. Kind of regret not getting the Vegeta, but honestly, like, I think, like, what I said about the Fortnite, look, I think the Vegeta had more of that. And whatever, like, some people may like that, and I could have probably just slapped the head sculpt on it. But I just didn't like it enough to cough up the money at the time. So I didn't. Boo-hoo. But, I think that the size is probably going to be the best thing about this figure. It's very, very big, and I think it makes true and it makes good with the character of Broly, and I really like that. Okay, guys, but that pretty much wraps up the review. And as I stated in the intro, I wanted to introduce the 1 to 10 rating scale. And in that scale, I would give this figure a definitive, without a shadow of a doubt, a 9. The one reason I had to deduct a point is just because the two issues that I brought up, being the neck peg being way too tight and then the torso peg just popping off. I really didn't like that, and it's very frustrating. I try to do what I can and fix it, but honestly, due to Beast Deities going shutting down or going out of business or whatever, and then also 5K basically saying that this is it and that's it. I don't think I'll be able to get a replacement, but I'll probably shoot him an email anyway to see if I can. But with that being said, it gets a 9 because it's definitive. I think I'll probably get, with a lot of the figures that I get, I'll probably end up getting like a head sculpt maybe that's better, more accurate to the anime. Um, maybe like effect pieces or something. But all in all, I don't think I'll ever need another 112 scale Broly, just because I think the fact that this is basically a Storm Collectibles Broly, I really don't know how another company would be able to top it. Like Tamashi could release theirs and it'll probably, either be better in every way or be better in the head sculpt department or, maybe bigger. I really don't think it would be like that, because if it were anything like this figure is, it would probably be somewhere in the $150 to $160 price point, to be completely honest. Just based on that King Cold being $150 on Premium Bandai, this figure probably being either equal size or bigger than that one. And I know that one came with the throne or whatever, but honestly, that's just kind of the company that I see Tamashi as, right? Um, Ball and all, I think this is definitive. And if you were unfortunate enough to not have been able to get this figure, I'm sorry, but to those of you who were able to get this guy, I'm sure you guys are the same sentiment. This figure is like definitely top 3 contender. If I'm able to fix that torso thing and it's perfect, this will probably be number 2 or number 1, honestly. This is exactly what I think of when I think of Broly, and it's just definitive. That's really the best way to put it as far as that goes. But besides that, thank you very much for watching the video. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff, as it helps, promote the channel, and also, helps me bring you guys more videos. And then without further ado, I'm going to stop talking, and thank you very much for watching. But with that being said, y'all have a good day. Peace.